Today's video is on NVIDIA and NVDY. Is it time to buy NVIDIA? It has a 40% dividend approximately, and since NVIDIA has pulled back from the highs recently, it begs the question, is it time to buy more NVIDIA? We earn over $100,000 per year in dividends at this channel, and we're also up 0.47% for the day, whereas the S&P is down. It's flat actually. The NASDAQ is up 0.48 and the Dow is down 0.46. So we're beating all the indexes on a daily basis, and on a year-to-date basis, we're up 33% now for the year. The Dow's up 2, the S&P's up 14, the NASDAQ's up only 31. So when the NASDAQ was up 31 and I was up 31, we stayed at 31 recently while the NASDAQ pulled back to being up about 27%. Now it's back up to 31 and I've stayed at 31 and gotten up to 33 because we sold growth at the right time, okay? And we stay balanced with growth and value stocks and dividend funds. And so I dumped a lot of margin, as you guys know if you've been watching my videos. In the past few days, I've dumped about 40K worth of margin, and I've been buying and adding to things since. I've been nibbling. After the recent dip in tech, I've been nibbling. And today, NVIDIA is on my radar to nibble. To tell you the truth, I only bought $1,000. I already bought $1,000 today. I already have a $10,000 position in NVIDIA, but we're going to go look at the charts and see if it's truly time to buy NVIDIA. My margin did get reduced from 270 roughly to 240, and that's why we're getting this performance. But also, because I sold some margin, so I didn't have that volatility get me on the downside. But also, that's just generally how we get performance. So if you're interested in learning how to use margin to live financially free like I do, email me for my e-guides at akintodd48@gmail.com. I have margin e-guides, and then also I have Cornerstone e-guides. Today we're not going to talk much about Cornerstone, but you guys need to understand in YouTube that every video I promote, only about 100 or 2 views go to my subscribers, and then all the rest are recommended to new people. So I have to say this every time for new users. Cornerstone, the market price is $8, okay? $8, the market price for Cornerstone. It takes its 21% dividend of Cornerstone and it drips it down here at the NAV. So $6.49 is the NAV price. So that's an automatic 28% gain there. $6.79, 22% gain. $6.54, 27% gain. So this is how I'm getting my performance. 21% dividend on Cornerstone, compounded at the NAV each month for these 23% gains, 20% plus gains, and you get days gains potential because, as you can see, once again, Cornerstone's up 0.42 and 0.44 today, which gives me about $2,000 of gains. So I'm getting 21% dividend. I'm compounding that at the NAV every month for the capital gains that you see with those drip shares, and I'm getting days gains here. So that's where we're getting our performance from Cornerstone and from using some margin. So again, if you need help with either Cornerstone or margin, email me at akintodd48@gmail.com for my e-guides. If you already bought my e-guides, then head over to my Discord server. It's free. It's like a chat room, and it's where we discuss the best margin rates, who has the proper drip programs for Cornerstone. So remember, that's free if you already bought my e-guides. Just email me or text me if you want me to send you over to the Discord chat room. That's also where we get the alerts for Cornerstone when the rights offering occurs. Cornerstone's a great fund, but you have to learn how to play it properly. It has its rights offering usually every year. So that's what the Discord chat room is for. So if you guys buy my e-guide, you're welcome there for free. It is not a free service though. You can't just email me and ask me for Discord or a free e-guide. Obviously, you have to buy them, and then Discord access is free. Okay, so, and my community is growing there at Discord, so I'm about to start making more videos on Discord rather than YouTube. So NVIDIA, we're going to go check out the chart for NVIDIA. And you'll see that it's pulled back. It's had a monster run, as we know, but it has pulled back and is now the time to buy. Well, I'm looking at this. I reduced my shorts in NVIDIA already today. I sold for a small gain, nothing worth reporting. Usually I lose on all my shorts, so to sell any for a gain is always a win for me. But we have a pullback to the 20-day moving average here. Now, has this been enough of a pullback? We're at 60 on the RSI. You would like to see 50 or 40 as the old areas for buying. I've told you this in the last video. We did a rundown on RSIs and technical analysis. So I'd like to see NVIDIA go down to 50 or 40 before buying on this RSI, but we're overbought on a 10-year chart. It has remained overbought for quite some time. Stocks that remain overbought, it's not considered an unhealthy sign. It's considered a sign of strength, actually. So when you're overbought and you fall back down because you're overbought, that's one thing. But when you remain overbought for a long time, it's just a really strong sign of strength in the underlying stock. So NVIDIA, it looks like it wants to move to 500. I'm not trying to make a prediction because I just use dividends at my channel to cash flow. I don't care about days, gains, or losses. I only care about the dividends coming each month, which acts as qualifying income to the banks for loans. You can't get loans for trading. You have to get loans either through your paycheck or through dividends. So I just want the dividends to come at all costs for NVDA. I don't care what the stock price is doing. If the dividend is 40%, then in 2 years or 3 years, basically in 3 years, less than 3 years, you're paid back in full if the dividend stays the same. And if the volatility stays high, theoretically, that high dividend should stay elevated at around 40%. So on the 20-day moving average, not the best place to buy, but I'm nibbling here. I'm buying 1,000. You know, I'd really like to get in at 350, which is the 50-day moving average. That's where I like to come in and buy stocks. That's where most long-term and short-term investors like to get invested in anything, in any company. So I'm waiting for the 50 before I get more aggressive in NVIDIA. But I'm not going to keep it at more than 10,000. I'm keeping it at 10,000. I'm not going to let it grow to more than 10,000 in my portfolio. NVIDIA here, we have 10,000, and as you can see, so if it falls to 9,000, I'm just going to buy 1,000, rebalance. If it falls another 1,000 and we get down to that 350 level, which is a gift, then I just rebalance and buy another 1,000. So I never just go all in and buy another 5K or 10K and try to hang myself with this margin. I simply just rebalance all of my names in the portfolio as needed. And right now, I'm looking at everything that's happening in the day, up 0.47. I don't care about the 3,000. I only care that I'm tracking the indexes or getting somewhere close to the indexes. Because if you just tie your investments to the indexes, everything will take care of itself. The downside will be minimal, and the upside will take care of itself over time. So NVIDIA, I added $1,000 today, and I took off my short for NVIDIA. Now, it's probably premature. It's probably going to fall to 350, but that's why I'm nibbling here, and then I'm going to get more aggressive at 350. And really, by aggressive, I just mean to rebalance shares, not to buy another 5,000 or 10,000, because you can't get too out of balance. These are stock-specific funds. NVIDIA, if you look at my past videos, NVIDIA, it only represents between 2 and 5% of the NASDAQ, I believe, and it's even a smaller percentage of the S&P. So even if it's a little bit, the allocations have changed since then. The stock price has moved higher. You have to keep your allocations the same as the indexes. So you can't just have 20K of NVIDIA. If that falls, your performance is going to be skewed to the downside, and you won't be tracking the indexes. You have to weight these companies like they're weighted in the indexes. And again, see my past video on NVIDIA or these other Yieldmax funds if you need help doing that. I'm nibbling on NVIDIA because it's pull back to the 20-day moving average, and I'll get more aggressive at the 50. By aggressive, I mean just rebalance shares, keeping it at 10,000, because I keep all my riskier funds at 10,000. My higher quality funds are over 10,000, less risky at 10, and then the even more risky or lower yielding funds I keep at 5,000. And the highest maintenance funds I keep down here at 1,000. And high maintenance, you got to stay away from high maintenance. NVIDIA is 50% maintenance, so it's not too bad. But if you need help with understanding maintenance, email me again for my e-guide. My margin e-guides teach you how to understand maintenance. You can't just, even if you don't have margin, you can't just be buying a lot of funds that have high maintenance. Yieldmax funds like NVIDIA are 100% maintenance at other brokerage houses. So even if you have no margin, you'll have no equity. You'll have no margin, but you'll have this number here, you'll have no equity to withdraw from and live financially free if you're staying in high maintenance names. So that's why you got to stay in low maintenance names. Cornerstone, that's why I like Cornerstone, by the way. It's 30% maintenance. So for every $1,000 I put in Cornerstone, only 300 of my equity is taken up. This allows me to withdraw from this number anytime I want. This number is not important, the 400,000. It's the available withdrawal. Okay, because I don't care what my account does. I don't care if it fluctuates and I'm up or down money. All I care about is keeping the shares of these dividends. These shares are all that matters. These shares, this quantity of shares, as long as the quantity of shares stay the same, then my dividends stay the same each month. So no matter what the stock prices are doing, no matter what my account's doing, I just rely on these dividends and that's it. And then the banks see that, and then you get qualifying income for loans, which allows you to live financially free. So I hope you liked the video. Click like or subscribe if you did. Leave comments in the section below if you have any other ideas of videos you want me to cover, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.